Hey guys, so if you're watching this, you may or may not have a fear of getting your blood pressure and or pulse checked, and if you do, I totally feel for you. I have been there and it's not easy, but I do have a couple of tips of some things that worked for me, so stay tuned. So first I want to start off by saying I feel you if you have a fear of getting your blood pressure or pulse checked. I know it's not easy, but I used to have that fear, and it was actually a phobia, considered a phobia, because I would think about it every day. And if like a phobia apparently like interrupts your life or something like that, a fear, then it's a phobia. And I actually went to a psychologist about this, and you know, it's still was there. And so what happened was I kind of had a bad experience at the doctor, because I had this fear. My pulse was a little bit high, and then the nurse kind of like freaked out and then like ordered an EKG, just like this whole 9 yards. So it just put me in a bad place with getting my blood pressure and pulse checked. So it even went to the point that I was afraid to get pregnant or have a baby, because you know, I didn't want to go to all those doctor's appointments and get my blood pressure and pulse checked. But you know, I knew that it was something I needed to overcome, and I am so glad I did. And I have a beautiful 6-month-old daughter right now, and the whole time I was going through labor, my blood pressure and pulse was perfect, and I didn't have a fear during my labor of getting during the appointments, and I will show you why and how I did that. So the first thing I did is I forced myself. If you don't have a fear of getting your blood pressure pulse checked, you might not understand, but I had to force myself to research which one I wanted, force myself to order this, and then after I got it, guys, I had it for about 2 weeks before I even put it on. If you have the fear, you understand me. So after I put it on, what I did is, I just got super relaxed one day. I think I worked out and then just did, how you lay there kind of after yoga. I did that. And then with this one, I'll link it in the description, but if you put this one on running mode, you can just tap it right here and it shows up your pulse, just shows up on the screen. So I did that, and then I saw 50, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like that is so low, like that's so perfect. And like it just got me so proud of myself, and reassured my confidence. I thought, maybe my pulse was high that time at the doctor's office because I have a fear of this, like my body is still working great. So this restored my confidence. And so also what you want to do is get some data points for your practitioner that you can give them. Like, I was working out and my pulse was 101. I was cooling down from a workout and it was 72. I was at the grocery store and it was 75. Just whatever your numbers are, it's fine. I'm just giving example numbers. So do that. And the next thing you want to do is let your practitioner know about your fear. Because what I did, I tried to just, that one time it showed up high in my long time ago, I didn't tell her because I was afraid talking about it would increase the anxiety more, etc., etc. I didn't want to get into a whole conversation about it. Plus, I thought she wouldn't even understand how deep the fear was. So I tried to just, go through it alone in my own head, and it obviously didn't work. So let the practitioner know your fear, so when they see that maybe higher pulse, they'll know, they'll understand and not freak out. And so anyways, what I started doing, kind of get into the groove of where you feel comfortable checking it. But what I would do when I pulled up to the midwife office during pregnancy, I would tap it and see what it was. It was usually maybe like 80 or so, but whatever your number is, it's fine, just go with that. And then I would also take it in the restroom when I had to get the urine sample. They usually need that in pregnancy. and it was usually about like 72 or so in the restroom. So what I would do is I would give the midwife those numbers for that day, and then later in the appointment, when she did take my blood pressure, we would use the wrist cuff. It just is a little bit less intimidating. It's just like this little cuff, and it goes like this, and it just kind of makes it sound like and it's a lot less intimidating than wrapping that thing around your arm and any pumping or stuff. It's just less intimidating. So she would put on the cuff, and she would only take note of the blood pressure. So maybe the pulse might have been a little bit high because of my fear. She wouldn't take note of that. She would take note of maybe my bathroom pulse 72, 73. She would write that in her notes and then use this blood pressure. And also, I want you guys to know that just because you're afraid or your pulse goes up, your blood pressure doesn't have to. So if you're kind of afraid and stuff, don't worry, your blood pressure might not even go up. So just a little fun fact. So anyways, I got confidence in my numbers by using this at home. I told my practitioner about my fear. I would get baseline numbers that day before the appointment, kind of close to the appointment, so she could actually use that in her notes. I would get my blood pressure taken by a non-intimidating little bracelet cuff thing, and you can either hold it here when it's on, or you can rest it on a pillow, kind of heart level. I a lot of times would just rest on the pillow, very nice and relaxing. Or sometimes towards the end of pregnancy, I would be laying down like this. We actually ended up finding out that me listening to the baby's pulse super calmed down my pulse. It's kind of that sound, and it was just super relaxing. Plus it was my baby's little heartbeat, so it just calmed me down so much. Oh my goodness. Just one of the first ways how she improved my life and made my life so special. Helped me during my biggest fear. So anyways, yeah, so kind of find what works for you. Maybe the wrist cuff, either like this or on a pillow or laying down. If it's through pregnancy, listening to your baby's pulse. Find what works for you. Okay? And then what you want to do on your way to the doctors, these are not a gimmick, guys. This actually does something. It's not a placebo effect. It actually calms you down. It has Star of Bethlehem and cherry plum and some other ingredients that literally just wipe any anxiety on your drive to the doctor down. This, I would also use it in the car, just some lotion from that Rescue Remedy brand. I mean, anytime you put on some lotion, nice creamy lotion, I mean, that's kind of relaxing, isn't it? But this also has, like, you know, calming ingredients like rock rose, crab apple, Star of Bethlehem again, and it smells very light. It's not perfumey, which I couldn't do. It's just it just relaxes me, just the smell of it, and it's not strong smell. Oh, they also have this in lemon flavor and the cranberry, both super good flavors. They're like chewy but hard. Like, it's just that texture in my mouth just reduces my anxiety too. I just love it. And then also, if I was feeling super anxiety before the doctor, I would maybe put 4 drops of these straight into my mouth. And if I was, you know, just feeling pretty okay, maybe put 4 drops into my tea that I would make for the drive. Lemon balm calms you down. The herb lemon balm is very calming. So, you know, the night before, maybe lay out your outfit for the doctors, have your breakfast as much ready to go as possible, know where your car keys are, you know, so that the morning can go very calm. Make yourself some tea, do these things on the drive. You know, maybe find the places you like, but I would tap this. You have to put it on running mode, otherwise it will take a second. It will have to like do the anticipation thing where it finds out your pulse, unless it's on running mode. Running mode is consistently taking your pulse, but you won't see it unless you click it. So put it on run mode, maybe like when you get in your car or something. Put on some nice music. Have that maybe figured out before your drive, what songs you want to play. And then if you ever feel relaxed in the car or anything, just in a super good place, maybe tap it, get your pulse. Like I said, I would tap it right before I got out of the car and in the bathroom. I would tell the midwife those numbers. She would take later in the appointment my pulse on with a wrist cuff. Yeah, so I think that is all. Also, during labor, if my pulse was maybe a little bit higher when they were taking it, you know, they kept in mind my fear. You know, so get someone that works with you, you know, things like that. And so yeah, during labor and all the appointments, my blood pressure and pulse was fine. And yes, my pulse goes up a little bit when I get it checked, still to this day. But I have, luckily, practitioners that work with me. And if you have this fear or phobia, I totally feel you. And please let me know if I helped you in the comments. Even if you're someone that doesn't usually comment, please log on to your YouTube channel or whatever you need to do to comment. I truly want to hear from you. If I helped anybody, please let me know. Yeah, so if you have any questions that I didn't touch on, let me know. And thank you guys, as always, so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.